Hello, it's Jeff the Super Tutor revealing secrets from the world of tutoring. I was having a discussion with another tutor recently and I realised that we had both come to the same idea about creative writing, sort of independently. And it got me thinking that actually I think the same technique applies to maths exams, reasoning exams, comprehension exams, every type of exams. And it's basically the fundamental idea that when you go into riding a bike, you first have the stabilisers on. So when you sit down and you ride the bike, so what the student then has is a feeling of, yep, I can ride this bike. I know I've got stabilisers on, which is making it easy, and so I know that this is maybe not like a proper bike, but at the end of the day, I am pedalling, I am going up and down the street, and I am riding a bike, and I can do this. And then, of course, once the students had lots of practice on the stabilisers, you can then take the stabilisers off and they do it for real. I think that creative writing, especially, is and all exams, I think, follow the same pattern. A student needs to be able to see an exemplar essay. They need to see, okay, here's our title, we know we've got 30 minutes, but what does an exemplar look? What does a perfect response to this look like? What is 100% level? How many words is that, you know? How long is it? How is it structured? And I think that what is really good for students to see, whether this is from their teacher at school or from parents or even from their peers or a tutor, is that they see a perfect answer, and then actually they sit down and they maybe not copy that, but they have a go themselves from memory. So they're like, I know what it looks like for perfect, so I'm going to give it a go. And then they can look back at it and then they can go through, yes, I use those words, I use those style with those connectives, you know, it's this word count, whatever. And so they know what it looks like. And then I think slowly but surely you can start to take the stabilisers off. And then after that, after they've already written a few, you know, perfect timed answers, you can then say, okay, well, what if I don't help you with the planning this time? Or what if I don't show you an exemplar this time? What if we make the timing a little shorter? You know, what if instead of typing it, you have to handwrite it, whatever. You just slowly but surely make it a little bit difficult. But I think it's better to do it that way around than the way it's typically done in school, which is where you do a practice exam and then you go through and spot all the problems. It's like, what if the student is actually sitting down and writing something perfect, then they can say, I have done that, I have ridden a bike. Sure, it had the stabilisers on it, but I actually rode the bike. I think when we tell students to do practice exams without getting them to, first of all, at least physically write down what a perfect one looks like, it's a little bit like putting a kid on a bike. They fall off and you say, okay, you fell off that time, let's get back on, do it again. Okay, you fell off, you need to do it this way. No, let's just put the stabilisers on, and then they get that experience of riding and they think of themselves as a cyclist. I think that's the key. They think of themselves as a cyclist. They know that they can do it, and then you just, you know, slowly but surely you make it easier. I think that's the approach to exams. That's the approach that I like to take. So that, if you like, the first test that they do, they should be aiming for about 100%, and then you make it more difficult. Anyway, that's my thoughts. If you like this channel, please like and subscribe. Please get in touch below. I'd love to hear from you if you've got any questions, and see you again.